There's a golden rule that I think needs restating at the outset, which is that documents should always be sourced from the database. The candidate pack for your assignment should live on FileFinder, not on your desktop or in your Scratch folders. Similarly, candidate CVs need to be on FileFinder first, and client paperwork should then be prepared from them. The process for preparing client paperwork looks like this. Add the CVs to FileFinder. Sift the candidates into categories. Collect the CVs off FileFinder. Merge them together. Send them to the client. That's the process. The new version of FileFinder makes this middle step slightly more fiddly, but I want to stress that really clearly the solution in this video is the only acceptable way of getting around it. We can't have colleagues creating parallel directories of candidate CVs on the shared drive. Firstly, saving documents into two separate places is a completely needless duplication of work. It's not going to save time. Secondly, it always eventually leads to an error. We mustn't let it be possible for somebody's paperwork to be sent to a client without it being on the database. The database is literally our file finder. If we can't dependably use it for that, then its entire purpose has been undermined. So, fair warning, when I come back from Australia, I'm going to go on the hunt for illicit CV directories on people's desktops and on the shared drive. And if I find them, I'm not going to be happy. That said, let's take a look at the new system for collecting CVs. So assume we've added all the CVs for this assignment onto FileFinder, and we've logged them properly, adding the assignment number at the end of the description. Then we've sifted all the candidates, and we've created our candidate review document. So the first step here is to print out that candidate review document, so you've got a hard copy in front of it. That's going to make everything so much easier. Then we go to not the Candidates tab, as we would have before, but the Contacts tab. Create a new activity log next to one of your client contacts and choose Email. When it opens up, click on the Attachments button. And it gives you the option to pick from different zones. The zone we want is Candidates, because that's going to show us all the documents attached to all the people on our Candidates tab. Now bear in mind that some of those documents are going to be for completely different jobs. But using the information that we can see here, we can pretty easily pick out the ones that relate to this job. So, using your printed candidate review document, highlight the CVs of everyone in your first category. Once you're done, click Attach. And then OK. And depending upon how many documents you've asked it to attach, there's a little bit of processing, and then it takes you back to the contact log, now listing all of those documents here. Now this is important. Do not, under any circumstances, press this button here. The button you want to press is the Edit in Outlook button. Does a little bit of processing again as FileFinder sends them all to Outlook, and then an email opens up with all of those documents attached to it. Now we can pretty easily go and Control and A, highlight all of them, Control and C, copy all of them, make a hash of that, Control and C. Go to your desktop, create a new folder, and paste them in. Now, go back to the email and close it without sending. And go back to File Finder and abort that process. Then all you need to do is repeat the process again for your category 2. New activity, email, attachments, the candidate zone, find whoever's in your category 2, attach them, OK, Outlook and send, Control and A, Control and C, close the email without sending it, and abort the process in File Finder. Once you've done that, you can merge the documents together in Nitro, as you would have before. You can send them to the client along with the candidate review document. Then at the end, just remember to delete those folders off your desktop, because all of those CVs are on File Finder, and that's where they belong. It's a tiny bit more complicated, but once you get used to it, actually pretty straightforward.